Let's start with the details of our character. I divided this part of the detailing in 3 videos. And for this, let's start adding some wrinkles in the forehead. For this, I am using the 10 standard brush. It's a very low intensity. You can see I'm using the lazy mouse. We're starting to create some lines in the forehead. You can pass over and over again in this same spot, but creating regular lines. Now I'm doing the same with the wrinkles and with the wrinkles between the eyebrow area. Let's add some wrinkles in the eye region with a very low intensity dense standard brush. Let's increase the amount of wrinkles in the forehead. Try to create some natural lines. Trying to avoid creating too much straight lines to not look weird. Now I'm using the inflate to create some volumes between the wrinkles. I'm adding these volumes to simulate a skin that was folded and created these volumes. Adding some wrinkles and these expression marks on the face. Now in the upper part of the eyes, and the out of the ear with the hat, create some wrinkles there. Again, adding wrinkles to the forehead. Now let's add some layers, because if we need to change anything in your model, we can change without losing these details. So let's start creating a layer for the lips details. I started doing some wrinkles in the vertical position, but following the mouth curvature. The same with the upper lip. Now let's create some wrinkles in the diagonal. To break the vertical wrinkles and create a more natural look, now I'm creating some noise to break the specular in the mouth using a custom brush that I created to simulate the skin pores. You can find all the brushes used in this course in the brushes folder. Let's start creating the screen direction cells. For this I created a new layer and I used my custom brush for skin direction that you can find in the side of the brushes folder. The screen direction, as you can see in the image, so let's follow them. Let's start and drag the brush following the reference. For the face, I turned off the symmetry, but for the areas like the top of the head, back of the head, and the neck, I will turn on again the symmetry. I just turned off the symmetry for the face. Now let's add the details in the eye region. Now in the other eye. To help me, I am using this sketch material so I can see where I add this skin direction and where I need to add. So now it's easier to check where I need to add these details of the skin. Just follow the skin direction. Now in the forehead. Let's do in the side part of the nose and follow the smile line on the left side of the face. Now let's do the same with the right side of the face. Now let's fill the entire face with the skin direction brush in both sides of the face. The bottom part of the nose, following the direction of the skin. Let's create a mask on the lips to protect this area from getting the skin direction brush. Now you can continue adding the details on the skin direction. Now let's do the same with the chin. Always follow the skin direction as in the image reference. Now in the temporal area, the other side. Let's complete the forehead area and add these details. Now let's turn on the symmetry and start to fill all the head with this skin direction details. Take care to not create detail too bigger. Try to create these details with good size. And another important thing that why we are using layers and not creating these details direct on mesh is because we need to do some adjustment of these details for to bake the normal maps. When you are baking the normal maps, some details can be enough to appear in the normal map. So using layers, we can boost these details to fit better with the normal map. So because that I'm creating each type of detail in separate layers. So if I need more skin directions, I can boost these details without affect the details of the move, for example. And it's the same for the details of the move. If I need more depth in details of the lip, I just boost this layer and will not affect other details. And it's better to do this because it's very hard to identify how our details will look on normal map. So if we have too much depth in the details, we can reduce this depth in the layer. Or if the details are not appearing in the normal map, we can boost the layer and create a nice normal map. So let's add the details to the entire boost. Following the screen direction. And using this sketch shader to help us see where we need to add the details. Now let's start adding these details on the back part of the head and the top of the head. Let's cover all the back area of the head. Now let's add these details to the ear. following the shape of the hair. Don't forget to add these details on the backside of the hair. There are these parts that are missing these details, and I added the details to this part. Adding these details to the nose, but with a lower value of intensity. I'm checking if I need to add the detail to another eye. Now let's see how it's looking in the standard material. And apparently it looks good. Let's take a break and see you in the next video.
学习过程中还有疑问，